I welcome you all to the lecture series on nursery and gardening. In today's lecture, you are going to understand about the building up of infrastructure for nursery, planning, and seasonal activities. The content of this session are components of a good nursery, nursery layout, inputs resources for nursery, and seasonal activities. The nursery is the place where young plants are raised and taken care of until they reach the right size for out planting. A successful container nursery must be carefully matched to the environmental conditions on the site. The key elements of nursery management are the place, the plant, and the person behind. A good infrastructure is necessary for nursery. First, we should select the perfect place for a nursery. The first aspect of this session is components of a good nursery. An appropriate site must be selected for the most effective, efficient, and economical design of a nursery. The purpose and target of plants to be produced will decide the site selection and its improvement. These are the factors in selecting an ideal nursery site are water should be available throughout the year. Area should be large enough to accommodate the required ceilings and facilities. Area could be flat or slightly inclined to allow sufficient drainage. Area must be accessible or close to the road. Area must have good soil condition, that is dry sandy loam or loam topsoil of about 30 centimeter with 5.5 to 6.5 pH and high quantity of organic matter. Area must have good exposure to sunlight. Area must be protected from strong winds with temporary windbreakers using local materials. For permanent windbreakers, establish a green belt, that is trees that can withstand strong winds around the nursery. The second aspect is nursery layout. The nursery layout should be compact and as far as possible it should be in rectangular or square shape to minimize the length of boundary for fencing and watch and ward point of view. For setting up of a commercial nursery, provision of windbreak or shelter break must be done all along the boundary, not only to protect against a hot wind and wildlife but also to modify the microclimatic situations. The nursery should be connected by main road for better approach and disposal of produce. There should be proper provision for road and path, irrigation and drainage channels, mother block, nursery beds, growing structure, store, composite pit, display site cum sale counter, etc. A nursery is usually arranged in a series of beds with pathway between them. An open area is needed at one end where work such as sieving of soil and filling of containers should be done. Usually, a room or shelter is required for staff and the watchman, and where equipment can be securely stored. Layers should be in a way that enables operations to flow logically through the nursery so as to save labor and time. Roads and paths within the nursery should be carefully planned. The nursery facilities should be kept. Every effort should be made to control weeds in and around the nursery as weeds may host insects and pathogens. You'll see the general layout of the nursery in this slide. The next aspect is inputs resources for nursery. Containers, nursery media, propagules, Water, fertilizers, chemicals, electricity, tools, equipment, machineries, and labor are the major input to nursery. The first one is a container. Usually, the container is made up of a polythene bags, pots or root trainers, clay pots or iron material. Polythene bags are the cheap container, while root trainers are user friendly, easy to handle and transport. Nursery media. The growth medium must be sufficiently firm to hold the seedlings or propagules during rooting and supply food and water for the successful growth of young seedlings. Generally, available of all nutrient material is affected by the pH of the growing media. In growing media such as organic soils, maximum availability occur between 5.5 and 6.5 pH. Next is mother plants. Mother plants are the most important factor for successful nursery. Separate planting of mother plant is necessary. Different varieties of plants are planted in different pots. Pests and diseases are controlled regularly by spraying pesticides and fungicides. Usually organic pesticides and fungicides are used. Mother plants should be authentic and selected from government nurseries or from agriculture universities. Mother plants should be selected very carefully as the sale of the nursery stock depends on the mother plants used for the propagation. The next one is a propagation structures. Propagation structures are very essential for production of grafts or seedlings. They are useful for multiplication of grafts and seedlings. Hardening of plants is done with the help of the propagation structures. The next is irrigation facilities. Required land with sufficient and assured supply of irrigation is the most important basic resource. Quality of irrigation water should be at a prescribed level. Harmful factors can be tested by water testing in laboratories. The pH and electrical conductivity of irrigation water should be tested. The next one is a chemicals. Pesticides, fungicides, herbicides, and growth regulators. Fertilizers and chemicals require careful storage and should be stored in a separate building. Pesticide requires special security and protection from freezing. Next one is it tools. Axes, crowbar, wheelbarrows, boxes, plastic buckets, watering cans, wire cutters, digging forks, hammer, nails, hand pruning knives, budding knives, respiratory masks, sprayers, scissors, budding and grafting knives, budding and grafting tape, germination trays, iron pan, shade, forks, etc. Next is electricity. The availability of power or electricity is also very important and is in accordance with the manpower available. Load shedding should be minimum possible. Regular supply of electricity is very essential. Electricity is required for water pumps, spraying, dusting, and many other operations. The next one is equipment and machineries. Equipment and machineries. The nursery operations like transporting water and sales depend on the vehicle and machineries. And equipments in the nursery, among them the tractor with trolley, disc plug, water tanker are necessary. The necessary the nursery potting media, filling machine or automated container filling machines for nursery mixture preparation and filling, grafting machine facility, the speedy operation of nursery is cost effective way. Next is labor. Labor is another important resource. Degree of mechanization must be considered before estimating the labor requirement. Skilled as well as unskilled manpower is necessary for grafting, budding, weeding, irrigation, spraying, dusting, training, pruning, etc. Technically sound gardeners are also necessary. Labor should be available at reasonable rates. Next is fences. Nurseries should be fenced if there is potential damage from cattle, sheep, dog, or people. Fences around administrative sites may be needed to protect equipment and building from theft or vandalism. Next is wind breaks. Exterior and interior wind breaks often needed to reduce the erosion and drying effects of strong winds. They should be located on the windward sides of fields and parallel to seed beds. It can either consist of a single line of trees with a spacing of 1.5 to 2.0 meter or two lines with a spacing of 4 to 5 meter within the line and 2 to 4 meter between the lines. These are the input resources for nursery. The next aspect and the last aspect of this session is seasonal activities. Nursery plants require due care and attention after having either emerged from the seed or have been raised from other resources like rootstock or through tissue culture technique. Generally, they are grown in the open field under the protection of Mother Nature, where they should be able to face the local environment. It is the duty and main objective of a commercial nursery grower to supply the nursery plants with suitable conditions necessary for their development and growth. This is the major work of management in the nursery, which includes all such operations right from the emergence of young plantlet till they are fully grown up or are ready for uprooting and transplanting in the main field. Potting and seedling. Before planting of saplings in the pots, the pot should be filled up with proper potting mixture. Nowadays, different size of earthen pots or plastic containers are used for propagation. For filling of pots, loamy soil, sand, and compost can be used in 1 is to 1 is to 1 proportion. Sprouted cuttings, bulbs, cones, or polythene bag grown plants can be transferred in earthen pots for further growth. All the necessary precautions are taken before filling the pots and planting of sapling in it. Next one is manuring and irrigation. Generally, sufficient quantity of nutrients is not available in the soil used for seedbed. Hence, well rotten farmyard manure or compost and leaf mold is added to soil. Rooted cuttings, layers, or grafted plants till they are transferred to the permanent location require fertilizers. Addition of fertilizers will give healthy and vigorous plants with good root and shoot system. It is recommended that each nursery bed of 10 into 10 meter area should be given 300 gram of ammonium sulfate, 500 gram of single super sulfate, and 100 gram of marinate of potash. Irrigation either in the nursery beds or watering the pot is an important operation. For potted plants, hand watering is done, and for beds, low pressure irrigation by hose pipe is usually given. Heavy irrigation should be avoided. Next is plant protection measures. Adoption of plant protection measures well in advance in a planned manner is necessary for the efficient raising of nursery plants. For better protection from pests and diseases regularly observed in is essential. Disease control is seed bed. The major disease of nursery stage plant is damping off. For its control, good sanitation conditions are necessary. Preventive measures like treating with 50% ethyl alcohol, 0.2% calcium hypochlorite, and 0.01% mercury chloride is done. These treatments are given for 5 to 30 minutes. Some of the seed treatment are as follows. Disinfection. The infection within the seed is eliminated by use of formaldehyde, hot water, or mercury chloride. Hot water treatment. Dry seeds are placed in hot water having a temperature of 100 degrees centigrade for 10 to 30 minutes. Protection. In dry seed treatment, organomercuric and non-mercuric compounds like Algyl artin 6 and tafazan 6. For this, the seeds are shaken within the seed container, while in wet method, the seeds are immersed for certain period in liquid suspension. Next one is soil treatment. Soil contains harmful fungi, bacteria, nematodes, and even weed seeds, which affect the growth and further development of plants. These can be eliminated by heat chemical treatment. For that, For that, soil is disinfected by heating to the temperature of about 82 degrees centigrade for 30 minutes. Next is chemical method or chemical treatment. The chemicals are formaldehyde, methyl bromide, chloropicrin are used. Other diseases like rust, powdery mildew, leaf spot, bacterial blight, yellow vein mosaic are also observed. For control of these diseases, Bodex mixture are used can be used. It is a fungicides or Trichoderma viridae as if biofungicides can also be tried out. The next one is a weed control. Weeds compete with the plants for food, space, and other essentials. So, timely control the weeds is necessary. For weed control, weeding, use of a cover crops mulching, use of chemicals that is weedicides are practiced. Pre-emergence weedicide like Bacillin or post-emergent weedicide like 2,4-D and Roundup are useful. Measures against heat and cold. The younger seedlings is susceptible to strong sun and low temperature. For protection from strong sun, shading with the help of a timber framework of 1 meter height may be used. Net house and greenhouse structures can also be used. Packing of nursery plants. Packing is the method or way in which the young plants are tied or kept together till they are transplanted. So they have to be packed in such a way that they do not lose their rigidity and are able to establish themselves on the new site. At the same time, good packing ensures their success on transplanting. For packing baskets, wooden boxes, plastic bags are used. In some parts of the country, banana leaves are also used for packing the plants with the earth ball. This is the useful for local transportation. Sale management. In general, the main demand for nursery plants is during rainy season. A proper strategy should be followed for sale of nursery plants. For that advertisement in local daily newspapers, posters, handbills, catalogs, and appointment of commission agents can be followed. The next one is management of mother plants. Care of mother plants is necessary so as to get good quality propagules and, and labeling and records, certification, irrigation, fertilization, pruning, protection from pest and diseases, collection and development of a new mother plant fruit nurseries. These are the seasonal activities to prevent the plant from the disease and pest and also from the abiotic components. These are the references for this session. Thank you.